Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with my 2021 Major League Baseball predictions. I know I said Sunday. It was raining. It was windy. It's very loud. I don't really want to end the video. You might even hear the wind a little bit now because I'm recording this Sunday night. But anyways, sorry about the 1 day delay. Because you guys will be getting this at Monday at 9 a.m. But anyways, what was it? Oh yeah, hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. We're really trying to grow the channel. Go ahead and do that. And let's get into it. As you can see here, I'm just gonna splash right into it with the AL East. First place Yankees. They are the best team in the AL in my opinion. I think Jakar Stand and Aaron Judge probably one of the best power 1-2 duos in the league. So definitely them at first place. They're pitching Garrett Cole. Uh, you know what he could do. Bullpen's pretty good. The rest of the starting rotation is good enough in my opinion. Go ahead, give me the Yankees in first place. Second place, Tampa Bay Rays. A lot of people are predicting the Blue Jays to come in second place. My team's in the AL East. We'll get into that here in a second, but never doubt the Rays. That's the one thing I know about watching AL East baseball. Never doubt the Rays. They have the best manager in baseball and Kevin Cash. I know they lose Blake Snell and Charlie Morton. That's not good. You bring in Chris Archer, maybe Cash lighting in the bottle. I still think he could have somewhat of a decent career. But overall, I have the Rays in second place at 88 and 74. Third place, Blue Jays. I still think they're a year out. They'll be a very fun team to watch with Vad Guerrero's son playing. And I don't think Ryu will have the same pitching year as he did last year. I think he'll take a little bit of a step back. I think last year was an aberration. Remember, they only played a 60-game season last year, so a lot of what you saw last year was a lot of aberrations, in my opinion. But Blue Jays, I do think they come in third place at 84 and 78. I think they're a fun team to watch, but I still think they're a year out. Fourth place, I am going with my Baltimore Orioles. Sorry, Red Sox fans. I know people are saying that the Orioles basically let all their offense go. Two things about that. One, Trey Mancini's coming back after last year. He had colon cancer. Glad to see him back. And two, listen, outside Coors Field, Camden Yards is the best hitter's park in my opinion. Maybe Miller Park, but as it gets warmer, the ball flies out of Camden Yards. I mean, that's what I'm here to tell you. 66 and 96. And the pitching, John Means. Listen, John Means is a good pitcher. I mean, we definitely have someone there in the future there in John Means. And we did sign Matt Harvey and Felix Hernandez. I kind of laugh at that because me and my friends kind of laugh at that because they seemed like they were way past in the old. But hey, maybe catch laying in the bottle. We'll see. Last place is the Boston Red Sox at 65 and 97. Offensively, this team's actually decent. They have Jackie Bradley Jr. obviously. And they also have Xander Bogaerts. But overall, the pitching, outside of Chris Sale, who will be missing the start of the season, the pitching's horrific. And I'm not buying this motion. I'm seeing this motion get thrown out there. I'm not buying this motion that says Alex Cora's back. This team's going to bounce back and be around 500 and have somewhat of a salvageable season. I'm just not buying that. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the Red Sox finish in last place, one game below the O's, 65 and 97. AL Central. First place, Twins. Listen, I know some people are picking the White Sox in this one. I'm just not buying the White Sox. Give me the Twins. Some people are saying Nelson Cruz might take a step back because he's 40 years old. That offense in that lineup is still pretty damn good with Josh Donaldson in it. They're gonna hit a bunch of bombs. Pitching, Menda's not gonna have the year he had last year, but he'll be a decent pitcher. I'm not sold on the back end of this rotation. The bullpen's decent. I just think this is the best team in the AL Central. Give me the Minnesota Twins at 96 and 66. Second place, give me the White Sox at 86 and 76. They bring in Tony La Russa. This team, I think, is really close and really being a really good team. I just think they're a year out. Tim Anderson, Jose Abreu in that lineup is pretty good. The pitching's coming along. But overall, I just think that they're a year out. So go ahead and give me the White Sox in second place at 86 and 76. Third place, the Indians. Listen, I don't know what the Indians are really thinking. Well, not really thinking. They traded Francisco Lindor. Uh, Trevor Bowers, I mean, he wasn't with the team a few years ago, but since like 2 or 3 years ago, I think like 2019. But the pitching rotation is still pretty good. Offensively, they are a little bit challenged. I just think they're a pretty average team. Terry Francona is one of the better managers in the league, so I think he'll have the ship at least flowing. But I'm going to go 82 and 80 for the Indians with a third place finish. Fourth place, I'm going with the Kansas City Royals at 71 and 91. Offensively, this team's going to be pretty good. The question is, how much of that offense are you going to trade at the trading deadline? Pitching wise, um, not good at all. They're really not a good team pitching wise, but definitely offensively with the bats, they could do some things. And I think they are better than the Tigers, who I have in last place. Now the Tigers, I think in 2 to 4 years, probably 2024 is going to be a pretty damn good ball club. A lot of their young prospects are going to be coming up this year, but I just think it's going to be a bit of a down year for them, 64-98, but they were really close, I think, from really exploding, possibly even winning the AL Central. I think 2024 is going to be the year for the Tigers, but I think there'll be one more year in the cellar, but I think you'll start seeing maybe a third place or a fourth place finish next year in 2022, and you might even see a fourth place finish this year. I'm not ruling out that the Tigers aren't going to finish in dead last, but I have them at 64-98. I just think they're one more year in the garbage can, and then next year you'll start seeing vast improvement. AL West, Astros in first place by default. Listen, the Astros, George Springer, who went to the Blue Jays. I forgot to mention that with the Blue Jays. They got George Springer. They let him walk. Pitching rotation wise, Verlander and Greinke, they're old actually. I was looking. Zach Greinke's 36 years old. I was stunned by that. I mean, it feels like he's only been in the league for like 10, 15 years. But as I was thinking about it, yeah, it doesn't surprise me he's that old. Verlander's old. Um, Hitting wise, I do think they're going to be pretty good hitting wise, but I think that pitching is a bit suspect just overall. But I still think they're the best team by default in the AL West. Give me the Astros at 94 and 68. Second place, a bit of a bold prediction here. I'm going with the LA Angels. This team, in my opinion, a lot of people saying their pitching's bad. They brought in Alex Cobb and Jose Quintana. Alex Cobb, he might be a good middle of the rotation guy. He was with my Orioles, who traded him to the Angels, but he was okay. Jose Quintana, decent pitcher. Okay, he can if he gets hot. He could be he could be the number one in this rotation. You also have Antunes, I think that's how you pronounce it, the guy that could pitch and hit. I think he's going to play a big role. They have a great offense. I think this could be the best offense in baseball. And I think they get to 90 wins. 90 and 72. Joe Mazur manager. Keep that in mind as well. You know what he could do. So go ahead, give me the LA Angels of Anaheim. 1972, second place. Third place, the Oakland Athletics. Never count out the A's. Moneyball A's, never count them out. You look at the roster and they seem kind of talentless, but then they pull out a first place finish. Never count them out. I think they're a decent club overall. I don't think they really have too much of a weakness per se, but I don't think they really have too much of a strong suit. Give me the Athletics to come in third place, 83-79. A bit by default, but I do think they are a decent ball club. Fourth place, the Seattle Mariners. Their young talents continuing to grow. Overall, I think at best they're maybe average everywhere. Um, but to me, they are better than the Rangers. I think they will maybe see some improvement throughout the season for the Seattle Mariners. Give me the Seattle Mariners in fourth place at 69 and 93. Fifth place, I have to go with the Rangers. They are the worst ball club in the AL in my opinion. And it's not really even that close. They're just a really bad team. The only thing that is really keeping me from absolutely going below 60 wins with them is I do think they do have some talent hitting wise offensively. I don't think they're going to be bad offensively. But I gotta have them in last place here at 60 and 102 for last place for the AL West. Now to the NL. First place, Atlanta Braves. I know a lot of people are picking the Mets. I just think the Braves, I just trust them more. I know the Mets are making all these big moves. They have the new owner that wants to win right away. I'm happy to see that. But I just think the Braves are a bit more. I do think the Mets might be a bit better talent wise per se, but I just trust the Braves more. That's what it comes down to. I think it's gonna be a very tight race either way. I got the Braves in first place, 93 and 69. Second place, I got the Mets. Listen, that pitching rotation is still really good for the Mets. Let's be clear about that. Offensively, they should get a jump with Francisco Lindor in the lineup. And I think this team's going to finish 91 and 71 here in second place. Third place, give me the Washington Nationals. Listen, this pitching rotation is still very good. This team could very well come in first place, the Washington Nationals. A lot of people are saying this NL East is the deepest division in the league, and I have to agree with that. Nationals, I think the thing that kind of holds me back a little bit about the Nationals is that I just think the Braves and Mets are better. And I'm not like the Nationals are the type of team. They're a little bit of a bad out of hell team. Like you don't really expect them to do that good, and then all of a sudden they win a World Series. So I have them in third place. They could very well make the playoffs though at 87 and 75. We'll see where I have everybody else at. But give me the Nats in third place. Fourth place is the Phillies. I am not sold on the Phillies pitching. Their starting rotation is okay. Bullpen wise, pretty much garbage. And I have them in fourth place. Offensively, they'll be decent, but 80 and 82 for the Phillies there in fourth place. Fifth place, Miami Marlins. Last year was an aberration. Sorry, Marlins fans, it was. I don't think you guys have a bad ball club, though. I do think you guys will be competitive. I just think all four teams, maybe you guys squeak out a fourth place finish with the Phillies, but I just think that at least three of these teams in the division are better than you, and I just think last year was a bit of an aberration. And I'm going to go 76 and 86 for the Miami Marlins there. So that's my NL East predictions. NL Central, there's a lot of people calling this division the weakest division in baseball. I don't think it's so much weak. I just think the teams are going to beat up on each other. I will probably say the weakest division in baseball, honestly. It might be the AL West, honestly. It might be. But it could be this division as well. Let's get into it. Uh, I think it's a two-team race for the NL Central between the Cardinals and Milwaukee Brewers. I went with the Cardinals by one game. I gave them a one-game lead at the end. Because at the end of the day, Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt on the corners, that's a lot of power to your lineup. And also, I just trust them a bit more. I just think they're a little bit better pitching wise. The Brewers have a better bullpen, obviously, but the Cardinals, I think their starting rotation is just a little bit better. I just think their lineup could be a little bit better. So I went with the Cardinals to win this division at 89 and 73. I went with the Milwaukee Brewers in second place at 88 and 74. And listen, Milwaukee, best bullpen in the league. And that is my opinion. I think they have the best bullpen. Question is offensively. Can they they have too many questions offensively. Starting pitching wise, they're okay. Just too many questions offensively. I wanted to pick the Brewers to come in first place, people, but I just couldn't bring myself to it. It was big, but I do think it's gonna be a really close race either way. But I gotta go with the Cardinals because I just think they're a little bit better than Milwaukee. Third place, Chicago Cubs. I don't know what the hell to think of the Cubs. 2016 came and went. Win the World Series. We're looking 5 years out. The team's in nowhere land, no man's land. Are they going to trade Chris Bryant? We'll see. But starting rotation, it's okay. You lost John Lester to the Nationals, and I forgot to mention that the Nationals also got John Lester. He could eat up innings in that back end of the rotation. But the Cubs, they lost Schwarber as well. But overall, I just feel like the Cubs. It's just one of those teams that I just don't know what to think of them. I went for 82 and 80 for them. Fourth place, the Cincinnati Reds, 78 and 84. Listen, The Reds, pitching wise, they're okay. Offensively, they're okay. Last year was a little bit of an aberration. They're just not as good as the three teams in front of them. Also, your manager, David Bell, is a problem. That guy's a dumbass. And basically, I think he is an Achilles heel for this team. So, overall, I got the Reds in fourth place at 78 and 84. I think they will be competitive, but I mean, I just don't think they're better. I don't think they're better than the three teams in front of them. And then last place, the Pittsburgh Pirates. They are the worst team in baseball, 56 and 106. Listen, I tried Pirates fans to make a case saying you guys can get to 60 wins. I just couldn't get there. You guys have absolutely nothing. Guys are gonna be terrible everywhere. But it's a start of a rebuild there, and basically you trade away Josh Bell, your last week piece, to the Nationals. So definitely the rebuild in Pittsburgh, and it might last for a while, honestly. NL West here. To me, the best two teams in baseball are in this division, but I had to give it first place to the Dodgers. Sorry, Padres fans. They're just the better team, in my opinion, over a 162 game season. And I mean, you just look at this team. I mean, the starting rotation. I mean, hell, they have 7 or 8 guys that could be on a starting rotation for a World Series team. The lineup is so good. I mean, it's gonna be really tough, I think, to beat the Dodgers out in that division. If you're the Padres, I got the Dodgers at 103 and 59. Padres in second place. I got them at 99 and 63. Um, as I said, I do think the Padres are the second best team in baseball. That lineup is ridiculous. You just signed Fernando Tatis Jr. to a 14-year contract. That's ridiculous as well. You bring in Yu Darvish and Blake Snell for the starting rotation. That is really good. Um, and I really think the Padres, I think they are the second best team in baseball. But fortunately, you have the Dodgers in front of you. Any other division, the Padres, I think, would win them right with it, honestly. But go ahead and give me the Padres in second place at 99 and 63. Third place, I went ahead and gave it to the Arizona Diamondbacks. They are a under the radar team. Um, I think they'll get some bounce back years from Madison Bumgarner. That starting rotation is average. Offensively, I do think they're a bit above average. Bullpen rise, I think, is going to be a bit of an issue for this team. But I think in a division like this, in the NL West, against two teams that I think are better than the Giants and Rockies, I do think you guys can rack up some wins against them. It's going to be tough against the Dodgers and Padres, but I got the Diamondbacks in third place at 84 and 78. That might be a bit too rich, but I think you guys can get above 500. I really do. Fourth place, I got the Giants. They're just that team is the definition of they're basically the Denver Broncos of Major League Baseball. Just a bunch of aging veterans, really. You have a nice few young players. That's nice. You bring in Kevin Gausman in the rotation. I mean, he was a former Baltimore Oriole. My view on him, average. So overall, just a bunch of aging veterans. You hope some of them maybe bounce back. Maybe if they all play really good, maybe you can sneak in to the playoffs. But even if they all play good, I just don't see it. I got you guys in fourth place at 75 and 87. I think you guys are a competitive team, but overall, I just think aging veterans maybe all of these veterans are declining in my opinion, might come out not to be the best year in Giants history. And then last place, the Rockies. They're the second worst team in baseball. The only reason they're not the worst team in baseball, honestly, in my opinion, is because they play in Coors Field, a hitter's park, and they get 81 games in Coors Field, unlike the Pittsburgh Pirates. So I got them at 58 and 104. They're just a bad team. They trade Nolan and Aaron Rondo. They're really bad. They are really bad. I still think the offense could be average though, in course, especially playing at Coors Field. But they are a really bad team. So let's look at the playoffs here for the AL and the wild card. I got the Rays and Angels. I got the LA Angels of Anaheim moving on in the wild card game to play against the Yankees. I got the Yankees and 4 against the Angels. I think the Angels get 1, but I just think too much. I just think the Yankees are better. And I think that pitching rotation for the Angels will catch up to them. Even though I do think people are I think a lot of people are underlooking that pitching rotation a little bit. I don't think it's as bad as people think. Let me say that. I don't think it's as bad as people are saying that pitching rotation. So, but I got the Yankees in 4, and then you got Astros Twins. I got the Astros in 5. I just think, I mean, I I think their pitching's just a little bit better. I think that's why I went with the Astros. I do think the Twins. I think it's gonna be a great series, Astros Twins. But I had to go with the Astros. Their pitching is just a little bit better. And then ALCS Yankees Astros. I'm going with the Yankees and 6. The Yankees, in my opinion, are the best team in the AL, as I said at the beginning of the video. I think that will be proven throughout the playoffs. And I got the Yankees in 6 against the Astros. NL wild card here for the wild card game. Padres, I have them being the Mets, and the wild card Padres and Mets make the wild card. I got the Padres being the Mets. And the NLDS, I got the Padres in 5. As I said a little bit earlier, I think over a 162 game season, I think the Dodgers are better because of depth and everything. But in a 5 or 7 game series, I really think the Padres have a real shot being the Dodgers. And I'm going to go. A lot of people are picking the Dodgers to win the World Series. I'm going to go with the field. I'm going to make a bold claim here. They're losing in the NLDS against the Padres in 5. Give me the Padres in 5 against the LA Dodgers. And then in the other NLDS game, I'm going to go with the Cardinals in 5. It's just a trust factor. I trust the Cardinals more than the Braves. That's what it comes down to, especially after a few years ago when there was a Game 5 in Atlanta, which I am projecting again, and that blowout happened. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but go ahead, give me the Cardinals in 5 and the NLDS against the Braves. And then in the NLCS, I'm going to take the Padres in 5 against the Cardinals. Cardinals, as I said, they're not a bad team, but at the end of the day, the Padres are just much better than the Cardinals. They'll get one. I'm not predicting a sweep here, but go ahead, give me the Padres in 5. And I have the Padres winning the NL pennant. And then for my World Series pick, I got Yankees Padres. I'm taking the Yankees in 7 for a few reasons. One, I do think that the Yankees are due for one. And when I mean due for one, they have most World Series championships in baseball. They haven't won one since 2009. I think they're due for one, and they have more postseason experience than the Padres. So go ahead, give me the Yankees and a bit of an upset. I'm picking the New York Yankees to beat the Padres in 7. So that's my video. Comment down below. Tell me your baseball predictions. I always like hearing from y'all. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe. McD the Beast signing off.